Hello, everybody. Welcome to our little event tonight, our little call just to share about how 4 simple habits can have a lasting impact on your life. My name is Brittany Wright. If we have not met, or if I'm not the coach that invited you to this call, it's an honor to be talking to you and to be sharing my story with you. I appreciate the time that you are taking out of your night and your family to listen to this story and just to learn more about coaching and to learn more about what this opportunity has done for me, and allow yourself to see yourself in my story, and to open your heart and open your mind to listen to something that might speak to you if there's a similar situation or a similar feeling or similar thoughts that you've experienced in your life, or similar situations that you've gone through. Just be open to listen to those and how coaching and these 4 simple habits have really helped me transform my life. So just going to start with a little bit about me first. I have been a coach for 5 years, coming up in March. I am a mom to 3 kids. My twins are 5. I have Hayden, who is 18 months, and I'm 32 weeks pregnant with number 4. So our house is busy. It is full of chaos, but we are learning that we would not have it any other way. I started coaching because I wanted to get back into adulthood and interacting with adults. When I started coaching, my twins were 4 months old, and I had quit my full-time job and became a stay-at-home mom. My husband's job allowed us to do that. And about 4 months in, I really just felt like something was missing. I really felt like my life revolved around diapers and bottles and nursing and pumping. And when you have premature twins during flu season, you are housebound, to be honest. And by the time that 13-week mark came, I was just really missing that interaction. I was really missing an outside purpose, and my background is in health and fitness. So I was really starting to miss helping people accomplish a health and fitness goal that they once thought was impossible. My degree is in exercise science. I personal trained and did health and wellness with corporations, for a long time before I had the kids and decided to stay home. So I just was really missing a lot of things. And so I was like, you know what, this could be an opportunity for me to get back into shape after gaining 80 pounds with the twins. And I lost about 35 to 40 pounds fairly easy, liquid and just inflammation and that stuff. But I had like 40 solid pounds that I had to lose with exercise and diet. And I was like, this could be a great way. So I reached out to a coach that I had been following for quite some time. It was about 2.5 years. And I said, hey, I think I'm ready to do this. And I listened to a webinar similar to this. I talked to my husband. I enrolled, and I never looked back. It has been one of the biggest blessings in our life, in my life, not only my health physically, but my health spiritually and mentally. And it's just really blessed us beyond whatever financial goals I had for myself in the beginning. So when I first started, like I said, I just wanted that community. I was just missing that interaction, and I really missed helping people accomplish a goal. So I started, and I committed to just working 1 to 2 hours a day, depending on where, that 1 to 2 hours was, depended on the twin schedule. And I would work morning, noon, night, early mornings. It just kind of varied. What I did was work from a list, which we will help you develop and create for your goals. We have templates, but it's very individualistic because everybody's in a different scenario. Everyone's in a different walk of life. Everyone has different ways of working. So it's very customizable to what your needs are in your family, what your needs are as a person, and what your goals are with this business. So that was a pretty cool thing that I could fit this in the nooks and crannies of new motherhood. And I really fell in love with helping moms because I had never been a mom before. So it's like a whole new niche, a whole new experience, losing baby weight and postpartum and those kinds of things. And I really just fell in love with the community that I was starting to build. So my hour quickly turned to 2, which quickly turned to more, and just fitting that into the business, and it became a nap time hustle for me. And in 2015, our team went elite for the very first time, which was an amazing accomplishment. What that means is that I just had a team of women who were working towards similar goals that I am. And together we achieved that journey, and I was able to, commit full on and invest a lot of time and a lot of energy for 3 years because I had 2 kids. And I mentioned this part of my coaching journey to show you that this journey is flexible. Not everyone's goals have to be the same. Your goals are going to change as seasons of life change. The effort you're able to put into your business is going to change, but there's always something that you can do. There's always people that you can help, and there's always a way that you can share your story to inspire. So we went elite in 2015, and then I quickly found out I was pregnant with Hayden. And I decided that I needed to kind of take a step back from coaching and really focus on my family and adjusting to a family of 5 and really going through that journey. But I decided that that didn't mean I was going to stop coaching. I was going to just share that pregnancy and share that journey as a coach and just help people during pregnancy and not just postpartum. So that was a huge turning point in my business and just in my life as a mom. So I tell you that specifically for the reason that you might have the time to invest into coaching right now. You might have hours, you might have an hour, you might have 2, and then you might have 3 and 4, and you're able to go a little bit harder. You're able to help more people and really make this a career and a job versus just a hobby. And that's where I found myself. I started as a hobby. I went into full career. I went back into like this hobby career mode. And now I'm back into this career mode where I'm really this is a huge part of my life. This is a huge part of my day to help and inspire women. And so that's what I want to talk to you about for the next few moments is what exact 4 habits did I start implementing in my life that made such a grand impact on who I am today and how I'm able to pay that forward to so many women who are ready to make those changes for themselves. So as moms, you know that majority of the time we put everybody else first. We take care of everybody else's needs. We make sure our house is clean, the laundry's done, everyone has their right food, their favorite foods, in the kitchen. And oftentimes we're eating the crust top sandwiches for lunch or leftovers for the kids for lunch, and we're not taking the time to invest in ourselves for our health and fitness. One of the first things that I started was I just focused on my fitness journey. And that's one habit that I started implementing as a coach, as a new mom. I just really focused on my nutrition or my fitness. Sorry. I didn't focus 100% on my nutrition. I just really focused on this one habit to get started. And after 5 months of really focusing on my fitness, working in exercise daily, using at-home workouts, I still enjoyed and did my running. I trained for a half marathon. We are not anti everything else. If you love CrossFit, continue to do CrossFit. If you run, continue to run. But our programs and products, especially with Beachbody On Demand, offer you such a good complement to those kinds of workouts between our yoga, abs, our Fixate cooking show that we have available. All those types of things can just help enhance your fitness wherever you are. So I just started implementing that one habit. And then when I felt like I could do it and I was a little bit in more control and I wasn't nursing and could take that next step, then I really took our portion control program and started focusing on nutrition. And once I started implementing that program into my life, it was a huge eye-opener into how unbalanced my nutrition was. Just a little backstory, I was diagnosed with an unidentified eating disorder back in college, and for about 2 years I sought out counseling with a nutritional counselor and a regular counselor to kind of work through some problems and body image issues and negative self-thoughts and how I viewed food and what my relationship with food was. So when I started this, it was really important for me not to go back to that place. I didn't want to live a life of restriction. I had worked so hard to get past those thoughts and to build a good relationship with food that I didn't want to go back to something that was going to make me feel restricted. And this was the furthest thing from that, because we don't eliminate a food group. We don't ask you to give up whatever. We just ask you to find a good balance of those foods, right? And so that's what I found by starting to implement my nutrition program into my life, was that I was just eating unbalanced. A lot of carbs, not a lot of vegetables. Kind of how I am now with this pregnancy. So we're doing a 180 right now. But I really just opened my eyes. I felt more energy as I changed my diet. I felt better digestion. I felt happier. I didn't feel as bloated. I personally do not eat a lot of dairy. I'm like 95% dairy free. That's just a choice that I've made in the last 5 years since I was nursing the twins. But most of my clients still enjoy their cheese and yogurt and all that stuff. So, but I just really felt and have discovered a new love for food and watching how I feel throughout the day and how fueled I feel by eating properly and eating more balanced versus heavy carbs, high protein, no fat, no vegetables, and a lot of fruit. That's really what I was eating. And I couldn't figure out, why I wasn't seeing muscle or why I wasn't seeing, six packs or toned arms or whatever the case may be. And it wasn't until I implemented that second step of my nutrition and slowly building that in and getting to the point where I am now with that when I'm not pregnant. So that was my second habit that I started implementing. The third habit that I started implementing is a little out of whack from where I would typically tell a coach to go now. But I started sharing. Once I got my fitness and my nutrition, I really felt comfortable sharing about my journey more openly, coaching other clients and just posting on social media or talking to other new moms, other twin moms about, my weight loss journey post twins, and sharing what was working with me with them. And that was the third step, was just really sharing and talking about what I was doing, how I was feeling, how I was a mom of twins, nurse exclusively pumping at the time. I was losing weight. I was feeling good. And I had energy, and I wasn't in this depressed state. I wasn't in this zombie mode. And I really attribute it to getting into health and fitness and not putting it off, because I know I could see where that was going had I not taken those 2 steps first and started focusing on fitness and then focusing on my nutrition. How you get into that mode of just going through the motions and kind of feeling weighed down, and your clothes don't fit right, you don't feel pretty, and it's bad enough that you're sleep deprived, but now you're not taking care of yourself. And when you're not taking care of yourself, you don't feel good about yourself. It really didn't matter the size pants I was in. I just didn't feel good about myself. And I was ready to take some control back of my life and have something other than diapers and wipes and things like that. And don't get me wrong, there is nothing wrong with that. But I was starting to miss me, and I was starting to see myself go down that road of not being fulfilled, not being joyful. And I felt bad and I felt guilty at first. But then once I started implementing my fitness routine and my nutrition routine and I started talking with other moms and sharing the journey, I felt so much better, and I was a better mom. I was happier. I was excited to get up and work out. I was excited to help a new mom, break out of that mold, to break through that pattern or that societal, is that a word, expectation that we're just supposed to be these zombies the first year of life when you have a newborn. And so the fourth habit that I do for the last 5 years, and I only wish that I'd done this habit sooner, is personal growth, is to challenge myself to get out of my comfort zone. And this is the last missing piece that I think so many clients, so many people who make New Year's resolutions miss those resolutions, because we set a goal, we set these expectations, we put these plans in place, we go all in, and then sometimes life happens, right? We get the flu, we get a stomach bug, we go on vacation, our kids, our newborns hit a leap, we have molars coming through, or eye teeth coming through in our case, we have a cross-country move, we have a husband who has a job change. Life happens. And we miss a day of working out, and we miss a week of working out, and we miss, 3 days on nutrition. And so we just say, oh, it's Saturday, forget it. I'll just wait until Monday. And then Sunday night rolls around and we're exhausted, so we haven't started yet. And we get again into this pattern of just going through the motions instead of taking the time to say, what do I need? What do I need to be a better mom, a better wife, and a better person today? What do I need to do to be me? And for me and a lot of my team, this realization and this confidence and this assurance that that's not selfish comes through personal growth. And when I say personal growth, that can mean so many different things for so many different people. Some people, it's reading a self-help book. Some people listen to podcasts. Some people listen to Audible. It could be as simple as listening to some worship music in the morning to get your mindset right, to get your heart right. For me, in 2015, implementing this step was a very pivotal point for my life. Without coaching, I would have never heard about the Miracle Morning book. And without the Miracle Morning book, and I say this 100% to fact, I don't think I'd have Hayden, and I don't think I'd be pregnant with this baby now. I almost said what it was. For those of you who don't know, we know what the sex is, but we have not announced. So I say that because that was the year we went elite. Our team went elite. But it was also the year that I had a huge transformation in my own heart and my own spiritual life, when I really felt God leading me to have a third kid, because I was done. I was happy with the twins. We were living life. I was running this amazing business. We had this awesome schedule. They were potty trained. They were in school. Life was on the fast track, right? Like, things were good. I just didn't feel inconvenienced. I felt like I had time. They were sleeping through the night. The last thing I wanted to do was go towards a newborn stage again and go through the physical journey of pregnancy and then losing the weight again. And it was through that year, through that growth, that time of personal development is what you'll hear a lot, of setting aside 20 to 30, sometimes at that point I was doing an hour because I was doing it in the morning, of just positive affirmations and reading and writing and journaling. And for me, now this isn't for everybody, but it was my personal development and personal growth has been so much of a spiritual journey as well, that I don't think I would have had that without coaching. I know myself enough that if this wasn't part of my daily to-dos as a coach, if my personal growth was just for me, I probably wouldn't do it. But because my personal growth is now affecting my kids, my husband, my team, my clients, I'm going to make sure I get that done. And that was that fourth habit that has really transformed my life. And then I share again. And I go back to that share. I go back to that share of what personal development I'm reading, what devotion am I reading, how have these quotes, how have these authors, how have these writers inspired me to make this change in my life. I have my clients now, when they're struggling mentally, or they are struggling sticking with a fitness program, or they're struggling nutritionally, or they're just not motivated, or I'm really big on self-talk and positive body image, and really looking to who you are right now and learning to love where you are. And I take my clients through that, and we talk through that, and we make positive affirmations, and we talk about the transformation of not just weight, but the habits that you're instilling, the discipline that you create for your life, and just the sense of accomplishment that you have for yourself is huge. And it's important as moms and wives and women that we feel empowered, and we feel important, and we feel, when we look in the mirror, that we love ourselves. And that's really what I've learned to do through these 4 habits, through these 4 simple steps. I was a girl that struggled with low self-esteem. I had very little confidence. I would look in the mirror and nitpick at myself. You guys, I weighed like 135 pounds, 5'6". I was not fat. But I looked in the mirror and I would just like nitpick at myself. And I would say, this thighs are huge, or your love handles, or you're flat chested, or this or that, and all this stuff. And I would never in a million years look in the mirror and love the person that I could see in the mirror. And now, after enrolling in this business to lose baby weight, to be a part of a community and maybe earn $400 a month to help with babysitters, because we were living in Florida with no family. That's where I was when I started. That's where I was, that confident, but I didn't realize how unhappy I was on the inside and how much self-love I didn't have for myself until I started implementing these 4 steps, and until I started to take control of my health, for physical health, my spiritual health, my mental health. And now today, I like to call it God-grounded confidence, because I'm confident in who I am today because of His story, because the story that He's written for my life. I'm a confident person. I look in the mirror 32 weeks pregnant, and sure, do I see cellulite? Do I see some stretch marks? It's tough, don't get me wrong, to see your body grow like this, but I can appreciate what my body has done, is doing, and will do so much more than I did when I was pregnant with the twins. I don't have many pictures pregnant with the twins, and here I am today posting my bare belly all over social media. Now, you don't have to do that. That's not what coaching is about. That's where I'm comfortable at 5 years in. But like I said, when I first started, you wouldn't have seen those. You would not see those pictures 5 years ago. But through this journey, through implementing these 4 steps daily, through sticking with a fitness routine, sticking with my nutrition, sharing that. And when I mean share, I mean being an accountability group is sharing. You can share on social media, sharing with your spouse, sharing with your friends, sharing with your family, but taking ownership for your health and fitness and sharing that with other people instills confidence in you, because you're learning and now you're sharing it and inspiring somebody else. And that feels good. It feels good to help somebody. It feels good to open my computer and see, someone thank me for a message, thank me for opening a group. Or, I have a client who just shared with me her 16-month before and after results, before and now, and I'm just amazed. And it makes me feel good that she trusted me enough to say yes. And then she committed, and she's shown up, and she's had this transformation as well. Like, she went from that mom of no self-confidence, no self-esteem, to taking care of herself. And through taking care of herself, you grow that confidence. You feel accomplished. You feel proud. You feel beautiful. And that's an amazing gift to be able to give somebody. Like, that's huge. And then personal development. And like I said, personal development, again, is just listening to a call like this is what our team calls would be like. It'd be like me coming on, sharing some tips, sharing what's going on in my world with business, with life, with motherhood, and just helping you stay encouraged and motivated through your business and your health and fitness journey as well. And I do this full time. When I say full time, I commit to 3 to 4 hours a day. But like I said, when I first started, that's not where I was. I was about an hour a day, 5 days a week. I was a part-time coach, and I grew. As I grew, my business grew. And as life happens, I go with the flow of things, and I go with where God really kind of leads me and tells me where I need to go and where my energy needs to go. And I trust that. But I think a lot of people see these coaches and we're posting on social media morning, noon, and night. And, we're running this group and that group, and not everyone starts off at that level. We make things very simple for you when you first start. So you'll have a new coach training that you will subscribe to. It's all self-led, so you do it at your pace, your time. We have, you'll join our challenge groups, your uplines challenge groups, so that you don't have that pressure. It's very simple if you show up every day. If you show up 5 days a week and commit to the tasks and the to-dos that we help you create for your goals, for your business, and you commit to those, you will be able to help so many people, and you will be able to experience what we get to experience on a daily basis and start to see other people's lives change by you changing yours and sharing that with other people. So that's what I have for you tonight. That's kind of my story. That's kind of how these 4 habits have really taken me from a girl that, if I'm honest, had really no purpose. I had no belief in myself. I had no dreams, no aspirations, nothing that I wanted to accomplish. I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, but I really didn't know what that meant. And now I get to be a stay-at-home mom. I get to raise my 4 kids, but I also get to keep this other huge part of me alive and helping other people. And I think it's like this double blessing that I can help moms, and I can not only help you on your health and fitness journey, but help you through this journey of motherhood and go through it confidently and joyfully, as that is my goal. That's like my word right now, is going through motherhood joyfully. And I get to pay that forward as well. And so maybe you feel that way. Maybe you are a stay-at-home mom. Maybe you're a new stay-at-home mom, and you're feeling that feeling of unfulfillment, and you feel guilty for feeling that, because you should be happy to be home with all your kids, right? That's how I felt. But I also think that God gives us talents. He gives us hobbies. He gives us interests. He gives us passions and desires. And it's part of His plan, and it's part of our purpose to help people beyond our 4 walls. And I don't think there's anything to be ashamed of that. Not only has this opportunity helped me, but it's helped me be a better mom to Brooklyn and Grayson and Hayden. It's helped me be a better wife. And Matt does personal development with me, and it's brought us closer. The trips and the relationships that he's been able to build through this business have just been a blessing as well. So I hope some part of the story resonated with you. I hope something stuck with you, or just hit home for you a little bit. It took me a little while to warm up to the idea of coaching and to do this. So I respect that. I appreciate that. But my biggest regret is not asking more questions, is not reaching out to the person that I was interested in joining, and just getting to know, how things really worked, what the purpose was, what was expected of me, and just asking questions. Like, I just hid behind it for 2 years because I was nervous about what other people would think, or what I would have to do, and what if I wasn't good at it, or any of that. And my biggest regret is just not asking more questions, and having that belief in myself, because I wish I did. I wonder where I would be, but I trust God's timing. And if you didn't see my last post on my like page, You can go check that out if you are worrying about anything. God's timing is perfect. But thank you for listening. I hope to see you on Team FHK either soon or in the near future. If you have any questions, please comment below for those of you who are watching this on Facebook. If you are watching this on the Zoom recording, you may message the coach that invited you to the call, or you can message me directly. It's Brittany Wright, just BrittAnieWright on Facebook, and I can answer questions as well. But I thank you all for hopping on tonight and spending some time with us, and I hope this helped you in your decision with coaching. We'll see you later.